Welcome to Hank's Place. Here at Hank's Place, we encourage a wholehearted dependence upon the Holy Spirit. The Spirit in our lives is the fulfillment of the promise of the Father. This Old Testament promise signified God's intention to establish a new covenant relationship with His people, adoption, and to indwell and empower them for kingdom's service. Here's the promise from Joel 2:28. And afterward I will pour out my Spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your old men will dream dreams. Your young men will see visions. Notice Father offers His Spirit to everyone. Notice too that the promise is both outward, as this verse indicates, but also inward, for the promise of Ezekiel 36:26 says, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you. I will remove your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. Outward and inward, inward and outward. In Luke 24:49, Jesus reminds the disciples of the promise, saying, And behold, I am sending the promise of my Father upon you. But you are to stay in the city until you are clothed with the mighty power of heaven. 40 days later, in Acts 1:4, Jesus again commands them not to leave Jerusalem, but to wait for what the Father had promised, which He said you heard of from me. For John baptized with water, but you will be baptized with the Holy Spirit not many days from now. Did you know each gospel states Jesus as the mighty baptizer in the Holy Spirit? Matthew 3:11, Mark 1:8, Luke 3:16, John 1:33. 6 times in all, the number of man. This baptism with the Holy Spirit is for all of us today. Now, this is very important, this grace gift from heaven, so naturally there's a lot of confusion. Most questions come down to, are the gifts of the Holy Spirit given in 1 Corinthians 12 still for today? Is the baptism in the Holy Spirit with people speaking in tongues still a valid experience today? Some say they got all the Holy Spirit there is to get when they were born again. Others firmly disagree. Well, I have found in Acts 2 that 2 different Greek words are used for filled. In Acts 2:2, it is palerou, pardon my Greek, which means filled inwardly, like Ezekiel 36:26. But in Acts 2:4, it is pletho, which means filled outwardly, like Joel 2:28. Inwardly, outwardly. Those in the upper room that day experienced both fillings. The indwelling Holy Spirit is the seal of the believer's salvation. The filling outwardly, the source of spiritual gifts and empowerment for ministry. Experience both, my dear friend. You'll come alive.